Welcome everyone for the Instagram live chat with some of the stalwarts of Indian butterflying, and we are just waiting for our first speaker. Isaac sir, I see you have joined. Uh, let's wait for some more people to join. One sec. Yeah. Isaac sir, I have sent you. I have accepted your request. You can join. Hi sir.
Hi, hi.
How are you? How's
Yeah,
quarantine going?
yes.
So welcome everyone for the live session with some stalwarts of Indian butterflying.
Good, good,
We'll
good.
get started. So our first speaker is Isaac Kehimkar sir. He needs no introduction, but he's fondly called as the Butterfly Man of India. Sir has authored many books, including the bestseller The Book of Indian Butterflies. He has also released his own second edition in 2016. He is currently the chairman and director of I Nature Foundation. So we'll get started with the question and answer session.
Sure.
How did it all start, sir? When did it spark to you, starting with butterflying as
Yeah,
a skill hobby?
yeah. Actually, being with BNHS, actually, after my graduation, I got a job with a Tata company. Lakme was then owned by Tata. I was working for them. They're Lakme, working Lakme. But, I was not happy doing that in the corporate field. And when I got a job, I had opportunity to volunteer for BNHS in a snake exhibition. And then I decided to jump over, and the offer came to there was a vacancy in the library as an assistant. I said, whatever, I can work anywhere. Just wanted to be with BNHS. And I told my mother that I'm going to leave the Tata's job and go for a BNHS. She said, how much salary? I said, maybe something like 300-400 they're giving to start. She was shocked. She said, my God, what the hell you're doing? Nobody will marry you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my father said, you go, you follow your heart, because that is very important. Because what is more important is you have to be happy first in life.
Yeah.
And if you're happy, then you'll achieve a lot. And that was very true, actually, what he said. Actually, when I joined BNHS, I could meet so many like-minded people, and then people like Salim Ali or Mr. JC Daniel and other people. They were so inspiring, and I never thought that I would write books and all that. But of course, I admired people who wrote books and came there. And that was a place where I could meet a lot of people. And that actually started there, actually, my journey. But of course, that time I was interested more in reptiles and amphibians. And we had a snake shows, and I traveled up to Shimoga and other places to have these snake shows with BNHS. But it was later, actually, when Sanctuary magazine commissioned me to write a story on butterflies. And I I had a nursery then, plant nursery. So I started rearing the common Mormon. This common Mormon I found very interesting, because it is not, it has got several color forms. The female is in
Yeah.
several color forms, and
Yeah.
then that adaptive coloration. Then even the caterpillars have got different color forms to protect
Yeah.
themselves, and they mimic the adults mimic distasteful species. It was very interesting. So I wrote a story on that, and that was published by Bittu Saigal on in Sanctuary magazine, and that actually hooked me. And later on, the World Wildlife came to me and they said, Thomas Gay has written a small booklet on Western Ghats. Can you work on this? I said, okay, I'll do that. But when I read the book, he being a Britisher typical, and he had a chapter on how to catch the butterflies, how to pin them, how to spread them, how to. I said, no. This is not time to catch and kill butterflies. And this was published by World Wildlife Fund of India. Imagine. In that book, they tell how to catch and kill butterflies. I said, that's not really very appropriate. So I replaced those chapters with how to watch butterflies, how to photograph butterflies, and gardening with butterflies. That was the first time I brought in gardening for butterflies in that book, a small book, which possibly a lot of beginners started with that actually. So small book it was, with Thomas Gay did, and that was the beginning.
That was so nice to see here, sir. I actually envy your father because I don't have a father like him to to ask me continue my passion. So the next
Parents,
question is, what is your favorite butterfly and a fond memory with it?
Actually, it's very difficult for me. The butterflies are so many, and
Yeah,
my God,
yeah,
India
yeah.
has got so much of diversity, and you go crazy, and every butterfly has got its own special. But I actually find oak leaf butterfly, both the blue oak leaf and the orange
Okay.
oak leaf. I found it a classic example of how nature sculpts. Nature sculpts a species to survive. See the kind of pattern, that leaf-like pattern has evolved
Mm.
out of several years of perfection. Even the small window-like hole of a rotten leaf or a midrib is so perfect. Nature is so beautiful, and then it opens its wings, and the beautiful, brilliant blues and oranges and orange only you see. And that is what the flash coloration helps the butterfly to be seen and becomes invisible when it goes. So it's amazing. So I find the oak leaf butterfly certainly possibly one of the best. I like it. Yeah, yeah. As a favorite, I can call it. Yeah.
So nice to hear that, sir. And the next question is, who was or who is your biggest inspiration in this field of butterflying when you started or even now?
Actually, in butterflies, actually, I did have a guru actually somehow. But in
Okay.
BNHS, we had a good encouraging. When I was at BNHS, Mr. JC Daniel was there, and they encouraged me to write in Mangil magazine first. So I started writing on reptiles first, and slowly. And BNHS had a own good collection of butterflies. So often I used to visit the collection section to see the butterflies. And
Okay.
then often, of course, I traveled with Meena Haribal also, several of her camps in Sikkim and other places. But I really didn't have a guru to really follow and keep on asking. But of course, I had good friends like, Mansoon Jyoti is there or Ravi Bambure. These kind of people are very helpful people and nice people actually. And
Yeah.
Dr. Shubhi was there who was there. So all these people have helped me in my, my travels and my journey in this butterfly world actually.
Okay, sir.
So that was fine. But BNHS was basically the key reason why I got into this.
Okay. So the next thing is, which is that one place in India you badly wanted to visit, but it's still pending for you, and why?
Actually, Kashmir. Actually, I've been to Ladakh. I've been to
Okay.
Ladakh, but Kashmir still remains on my to-do list actually.
Oh,
And I've been to. I traveled. Actually, butterflies showed me India and how beautiful our country is actually. Right
yeah.
from my backyard, I've been chasing butterflies from my childhood, and then I started going out for butterfly. And then
Mm.
I went to Arunachal Pradesh, Lakshadweep, then Andaman Islands and Lagda. I would never be. I would have never gone there. But this was basically the butterflies were my incentive. And chasing the butterflies, I ended up all to different corners of India, and then I found India is so beautiful, so vivid. That one lifetime is just not enough to see India, to know India.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful country. And I'm telling you, I've stopped going to foreign countries
Okay.
because it's so much India.
Yeah.
Because there's not, I will be surprised when I went to Africa. I was photographing. I saw butterflies there. I went to US for my Fulbright fellowship. I saw butterflies, but I didn't feel like photographing butterflies there. I don't know somehow. If I see Indian butterfly, I jump over it. But there I photographed a couple of swallowtails in US,
Yeah.
but nothing. Somehow I didn't. I don't know what was that that made me. So today I feel ki yeah, India has got so much diversity. Name it and you have it here. You have
Yeah.
Apollos in the Himalayas, and then you have the Arabs in the Thar
Yeah.
desert. Then you have the top and the where and northeast like a Mecca for me. It's like it's a pilgrimage for me that every year I have to be there. It's so beautiful. Because recently I was with the Arunachal at Namdafa butterfly meet, and not only butterflies but people also. You meet like-minded people, good people. They're so happy, and it's like a family. So that makes a lot of sense. And on the Facebook also, we have come together, and it's like one world, right? From people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Hong Kong. They are one family. We don't discuss politics. Do we discuss? No, we don't. We discuss only butterflies. But that's
Yeah.
the beauty of being together as a family.
Sure, sir. And the next question is, do you remember the first butterfly you sighted?
Oh yeah. I do remember. I photographed. Of course, I've been catching butterflies when I was a schoolboy. I don't deny that. I did catch butterflies like plain tiger and striped tigers. But the first butterfly photograph was a lemon pansy actually.
Wow, super,
I
sir.
know. I've been
I have to tell you, even my first photograph which I photographed was a lemon fancy.
possibly it is one of the most abundant also, and
Yeah,
easy to photograph. But
yeah,
yeah, I got the lemon pass. I clearly remember because at that time I had a lot of other photographers in
yes.
BNHS members, and they used to photograph butterflies, talk about butterflies. But I didn't have a good camera that time. I didn't have good money also to buy a good camera. I somehow took to its converter and somehow managed photographs. Later on, I could afford a macro lens much later. So that was the time. Yeah.
Right, sir. So the next question is, share with us about your best experience you had during butterflying till date.
I think best experience is of course in the Northeast. Basically, the Northeast
Okay.
has been wonderful experience for butterflies, and the kind of butterflies you see in Northeast is nowhere else.
Yeah.
In India, basically. Of
Okay.
course, you go to Thailand, other places, you see those similar kind of congregations. And but Namdafa is there. Like my favorite place is Arunachal Pradesh,
Mm-hmm.
Namdafa National Park. Wherever while I was writing my book, I have made several visits to Namdafa. Actually, that's so rich. So that
Okay.
was actually a wonderful place.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the next question is, tell me about your transition from BNHS to iNature Foundation, and tell me more about iNature Foundation.
Right. Actually, yeah, with BNHS, of course, it was my learning. I'm not a science graduate. I did my arts. Actually, I did my political science and psychology. So then I had to, when I went to BNH, it was going to another school, and there I did 38 years. I studied there actually. It was a graduation for me actually for studying. So people like Salim Ali and JC Daniel, AJT Johnson, and so many people coming there. It was inspiring and learning from them, and the kind of ethos, the work ethos is important, the ethics of works, and the money, how to handle your money, public money, how to handle projects, how to handle. All these were important with BNH's lesson, the ethos. That was very important. And in BNH also we learned is what is our credibility. Nothing matters more than our credibility. So you have to maintain. If you don't know, you say don't know. Today also
Yeah.
people ask me about some butterflies which I can't identify. I can't identify. It's okay. I can't call myself an expert that I should know everything. It's not. I'm still
Yeah.
learning. It's
Yeah.
okay. So that is what BNHS I learned that, and then after I retired, and we had planned, and Dr. Shubhalakshmi also had resigned by then, and she had planned this foundation. And soon after, she was asking me to actually leave BNHS, resign, and join the foundation. But I said no, it's just a few more days, years. Let me work with BNHS, and that the book was also in the making. The last was released in 2016. So I retired from BNHS, and then they wanted me to stay back, but I said, "Nee, enough. Now I have to give to others, and I have to disperse what I learned from BNHS. I have to reach out to other people, and I can only do with the, having another NGO and doing a job which BNHS can't reach. So
Yeah.
in Navi Mumbai, we have this. We started this I Nature Watch Foundation, and today it is 4 years old. And we have done a lot of work, especially in Bangalore, other places. We have done a lot of work of plantation of for butterflies, like just not tree plantation, but habitat plantation for butterflies, butterfly gardens and parks, other things. So that is what I have been using. What is my sharing my experience with butterflies
Okay, sir.
and making people fall in love with nature. That's very important because butterflies are the best way to make people fall in love with nature. And once
Yeah.
they fall in love with nature, then they'll certainly protect it. And but
Yeah.
I find it is a very good way to convince people that how beautiful nature is.
Yeah. That was nice to hear, sir. So, and the next question is, what do you suggest a new person when he or she
Sorry.
wants to take this? I mean, what do you suggest a new person when he or she wants to take this as a main hobby? I mean, fall in love with butterflies.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Technically, you can either now you can do your PhDs also, and you can do MScs also, masters also in butterflies. But otherwise, as a hobby, I think you can just start observing around your own house. That's what I started with, and now and that's what even today also we say citizen science is there where you can actually document fauna and flora around your area. You don't have to go to forest for that, and there are a lot of platforms like iNaturalist and other where you can actually upload your observations. So you can be serious and then possibly join some groups like Facebook groups are there. maybe attend some butterfly meets also, where you can meet like-minded people. And nowadays, what we do is, when in the butterfly meets, not just we're talking about beautiful butterflies and showing beautiful pictures, but we also want to guide youngsters what
Yeah.
career options are there in butterflies, what they can do, and what kind of different options, like right from starting a eco tour company of butterfly, tour companies like birding tours are there, right from starting projects with the forest department of enriching butterfly habitats to establishing butterfly gardens, and then right to that to do a master's PhD and other research. So a lot of options we give to the youngsters to so that they have some idea about what they can do butterfly, just not watch and have fun, but it's more serious than that. Yeah. So we do that, yeah. That
Yeah.
kind of. So that's what we guide people, and I always tell people that you all can write to me or you can contact me for career guidance. In fact, just last webinar, the Wednesday webinar we had, it was actually on career guidance, wildlife stuff, what they can do in wildlife.
Okay, sir. So the next question is, any suggestion for amateurs, like how they can help in conserving butterflies?
Yeah, of course, they are the people actually who have to spread the message, basically
Yeah. Yeah.
message of of how environment is important, and basically they can possibly form groups and start with butterflies, start or birds, whatever they can, and get people interested, because we have to do our own bit. Don't wait for others to do this and that and just wait and watch, but we have to start
Yeah.
our own groups, start taking people out, and of appreciation nature, of taking out school children to start with, or work with local schools who has volunteers in schools or colleges, and that can be quite a good start for amateurs. And be active and share your knowledge. Basically, what is important is you have to share your knowledge. What you know, you share
Yeah.
knowledge with others who love to know more, and that's very important.
True, true, sir. And the last question which I wanted to ask you is, what are your future plans for butterfly?
Actually, yeah, nothing future as such. Whatever I've been doing is actually I even writing book I never planned. Actually, it just
Yeah, yeah,
happened. Yeah, it just happened that, and of course that took me nearly 10 years to write that first book. But I have not planned anything. But maybe I would certainly like to have see that there are more butterfly parks in butterfly sanctuaries, or not national parks or wildlife sanctuaries named after butterflies. We have tiger sanctuaries or wildlife named for tigers or other endangered species, but we have not named for Kaisar Hind or Bhutan Glory,
yeah, yeah,
a park or a wildlife sanctuary at least. Because I'd been to Zero, and there I met the DCF, and when I said this is the only place like Bange or Tale, that wildlife sanctuary is there, where you have this both Kaisar Hind and Bhutan Glory, brown gorgon, yellow gorgon. So this is a unique place. And that's the only place where all these endangered butterflies are found. And why don't you declare it as a butterfly sanctuary? Or even Sikkim, I've been telling Usha also about that we ought to have some sanctuaries to be named just for protecting butterflies. We had enough
yeah,
of tigers. We have no problem. Of course, tiger is also important. You protect tiger, you protect everything. But to highlight butterflies, and we have that kind of fauna, yeah. Or you can go to countries like Europe and all that. They have hardly some species to name. Like you go to Europe, some England, and ask them how many species they have. They'll proudly say 47 species.
yeah,
My God, we have got more than 100
yeah,
species there. So this kind of diversity we have, and butterflies are possibly few countries have this kind of diversity. What we have of butterflies. So why not name some sanctuaries? So that's why actually my what do you call, not aim but my wish. It's on wish list that we should come, should happen. That's
sure.
important. Yeah.
And I guess we have come to the end of the session. We will take in some questions for the next 5 minutes before we end this live.
Sure,
And
sure.
viewers, if you have questions for Isaac, sir, you can please comment down. I can read
Sure.
that down on behalf of you.
Yeah.
We'll see if there are any questions coming.
Right. I think
No questions for you, sir. Maybe.
you might.
So this live is going to be for the next 24 hours in our handle, and people can watch it anytime until
Yeah, sure.
tomorrow. And someone has asked, the rookie journey has asked, effective of lockdown on butterflies.
Actually, it's you can see some of the wildlife coming out of wildlife coming out from the wilds and coming on the road. So butterflies also have a free go of no not much traffic around. So obviously, butterflies are going to be happy. But butterflies, their business is as usual. They don't really get affected by lockdown or presence of people. Doesn't matter really. They are happy-go-lucky. They keep on flying around as they have been flying around. So I think it's happened. Other major, bigger wildlife gets affected by presence and absence of people around. But butterflies just keep laughing happily around. So I think not much of a difference as I see. Yeah.
So Karthik Salahetal has asked, which is the best place to watch butterflies?
Best place, of course. Where do you stay? But
He get to answer that. And one more person called Instar Canvas, he's asked, how do you sight for eggs of butterflies?
eggs, eggs. Actually, first question was actually where do you go? Actually, you can go nearby to around your houses. You see some of the gardens or your own places where you have little shrubbery or flowering plants. You can see butterflies. But in India, actually, the best part is of course the northeast, from Sikkim onwards. Go towards Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya. These are the hotspots for butterflies. Like I go every year. Just like I told you, it's like my religious mecca for me or a pilgrimage. I don't go to temples but I will rather go to northeast to watch butterflies. So that's how I go. And northeast, of course, the Western Ghats also is another place in the south of Maharashtra, right from Amboli southwards up to Kerala. You can see kind of amazing butterflies. Some of the endemic species you see in Western Ghats is amazing. Last time I was
Yeah.
with Samilan Butterfly Park and we had this lovely Malabar peacock. My God, kind of beauty it has. It is something unparalleled. Like you can't see this kind
Yeah,
of.
sir. We had a great time watching Malabar Banded Peacocks.
Yeah, my God,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
So
And it was so
amazing.
cool when we were watching and we photographed it for nearly more than an hour. We were
Yeah,
photographing
yeah,
them.
yeah, exactly.
And the second question was sorry, I lost that question. One more question was there.
He said, how do you sight for eggs for butterflies?
Actually, to find butterfly eggs, actually, you should know the host plants. And you'll be surprised that I learned my botany from butterflies. Really, I learned botany because butterflies are best botanists. As I told many times, I tell that like common mormon, for example, very common. It lay eggs on curry leaf and lemon plant. And ask a botanist what is common in curry leaf and lemon plant is the rutaceae family. And common mormon will never mistake any rutaceae. It will always lay eggs on all the rutaceae family, another not other plants. So and that's what I'm rearing them. So if you want to know, you want to actually study on eggs, butterflies, you have to first know the host plants. Once you identify the host plants, then you have to know because host plants also have to fight back. Not every host plant is ready for the butterfly eggs because they also have toxins. Butterflies, the female actually she can know the level of toxin in the plant present in the plant, and then she will possibly lay the eggs or not lay eggs. It depends on toxin level. Many times they prefer saplings or weaker plants to lay eggs, but not stronger, or those are in sunlight. So that's also very important.
Okay,
So
sir. We'll take one more
yeah,
question.
yeah,
So Ushata Chungpa said, I said, great to hear your experiences. Happy to say butterfly enthusiasts are on the rise in Sikkim.
yeah. Actually, Sikkim I have been going since quite long. When Meena Haribal was there, that time she was in India, and we used to have camps in Sikkim. Then Sikkim I used to go with photographing butterflies, and boys and girls used to watch us in awe when we have these cameras there and photographing them. But today I go and I watch those boys and girls in awe because they have cameras and they are photographing so lovely butterflies. It's a sea of a change in Sikkim. I see. But Sikkim is a lovely place. First of all, it's pesticide free and it has got so much of diversity. In a small place, you start from Siliguri onwards, you see the change of forest and you enter into Sikkim. And then as you climb higher, in a short time, the flora changes, everything, the weather changes. So Sikkim is a place where you can, in a short time, you can see different levels of different stratas of the forest and the species changing. It's amazing. Sikkim is certainly a paradise for butterfly watchers. So it's a small place and friendly people, and it's really a good place to see butterflies. The best in the country. Yeah, certainly.
Okay, sir. So we'll take one last question, which interests me too. So Supraja has asked, sir, if you
Yeah.
open a butterfly sanctuary, where would you open, and what will be the name of that sanctuary?
I was telling you see there are see every region has its own speciality. Like we have southern India, we have Malabar banded peacock, and those also need to be protected. We have the Malabar tree nymph there. So these also need to be protected. So every region has its own speciality. You go to northeast, like I've been to Tale Wildlife in Zero. They have this Kaiser Hind and Bhutan Glory, brown gorgon, yellow gorgon, then dragon tails, you name it, both green and white. These kind of places where the diversity is there need to be protected. So each region has got its own speciality. Especially Western Ghats have got a lot of endemic butterflies. Butterflies which are not found anywhere in the world. So
Yeah.
they require outdoor protection, especially the Western Ghats. And Western Ghats are not for, all this protection what we talk is not for birds and butterflies. It's for our own future. While birds and butterflies are there, we are there actually. The Western Ghats are catchment area where the rivers are born. And this freshwater is very important for our civilization, the success of our civilization. We will be lost without this fresh water. And this fresh water are from these mountains of Western Ghats. So this kind of forests are just not for birds and butterflies, but for our future. They're for genetic diversity. All your dal, chawal, your rice and dal have come from this forest. They are the ancestors. You have the gene pools. They are your backups. So we need to protect forests for our future and our next generation. That they should not blame us that we have squandered our wealth. That is very important, more than war. So this is birds and butterflies will tell you that everything is okay. They're like leads, flying and singing around. Everything is okay, all is well. But so far, the butterflies will stop flying and birds stop singing. That means we are the next.
Yeah. So I think there are a lot of questions coming up. So people, you can text Isaac sir personally in Instagram or Facebook. We'd be
Yeah,
happy
sure.
to
Sure.
answer
Yeah,
all the
we
questions.
have another date with another. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, since the running short of time. And
Sure, sure.
thank you so much, Isaac sir, for accepting this and for joining this. You know,
You I must congratulate you for this initiative. That is very good. Getting people to know who is doing what, and that's very interesting. I like that. Keep it up, Sharon. That's the best
thanks,
thing.
sir.
Yeah,
Thanks,
the
sir.
best.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Sure,
Most
sir.
welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks. Sir. See you soon. Sir.